Nothing ever that I have been able to say to a single peer or acquaintance has ever convinced them to look at the evidence I have researched out concerning my deeply held concerns and testimony about the unbelievable viciousness and criminal behavior of the Jeffen Corporation, very notably Yoko Ono, Peter Gabriel, and others associated with that retinue. This is because these moral chimpanzees wreak havoc from the bewildering mist of celebrity to which too many of my peers have aspired in the garage of their sadistic studio system. People like to go home and play their records. Even when Mick Jagger, having heard about the genocide, in excitement ran off to support the Israelis in Tel Aviv, it continued to dislocate this admiration for the unacceptable people above us in power, continued to interfere with, disrupt, dislocate, challenge, defeat, and unplug the evidence that I have found, which is simple to review. It's simple to review it. All you have to do is look at it and you can see perfectly clearly what they pulled. It is tantamount to the people defending the victims of Gaza to repeat the mistake they made in defending Jeffen all through the 80s and 90s. In the name of Clinton, in the name of Obama, in the name of Peter Gabriel, in the name of Robert Fripp. They went the sadistic road of advocating for the criminally insane. And they want to do it again with Gaza. They don't want to admit that Jeffen Zionism led them to this genocide. What they want to do is protect Gaza, as I do, God help them, without addressing cause. They want to hold the ship together that they have built with Biden, Jeffen, Sting, Ming-Na Wen, Carnegie Mellon University, Pittsburgh, Seattle, poisonous viper logic, protecting their own killers. And that problem is at the root of all that went on in the 80s under Reagan and his right-hand man, John Lennon. Spiritual guidance. The evidence that I have found doesn't take work. All it takes is review. That's all. They've allowed the people who have attacked us to lead our protests so that we protest correctly, ineffectually, and unwittingly, or even wittingly in Seattle's case, as servants, to go at other victims of torture and cruelty for no other reason than it appeals to them on some base level. What you need to do to plug into conscience, to plug into intellectual courage, to plug into academic honesty, to even plug into sophomoric average requires that you review evidence. And they do this, and they stuck poison in my food. And The media has it rigged with Bobby Kennedy and Eric Clapton to taunt me as a victim. They spin by. Nobody ever gives me a form to fill out to name the jeopardy they have put me in. No lawyer ever steps forward. They spin this little, Peter Gabriel calls it casino alchemy, where there's certain kinds of combinations in the switchboard that identify with hope subconsciously. Now, the reason I come to Gaza is because I did grow up in a Jewish Holocaust survivor community, and I know what has to be done. You have to protect people who are being victimized that horrifically. And I've heard the Palestinian intellectuals. The reason I didn't indulge or contact Palestinian intellectuals is the same reason I don't indulge or contact any of my peers. I've given up on their intellectual courage when it comes to the Jeff Incorporation, which is what I'm up against. But what they're doing is impossible to ignore. Again,